Welcome in, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to another episode here of PGA Pub Hub with myself and my guy to the left here, Conor Mac. What's going on, Conor? How you doing, brother?
I'm good. Sorry, I got a little wildness here in this house. Hold on.
Oh, it's all good there. I'll take the wheel, as they say. So, guys, we're coming off another winner. Let's do the old Barry Harwitz. Myself and Conor both had Max Homa there, so we're in the black again there. That's 3 of 4 from myself. Just seeing the card really well, guys. The only one we didn't hit actually was a Pro-Am, and well, we're back to the old Pro-Am again. But I've dug real deep for this one this week, guys. Myself, Conor will be right back there, guys. So yeah, this week it's At&t Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Shout out to everyone in the chat too. Yeah, we came off that nice winner, guys. Feels good. We also had Max Homa top 10, or sorry, Max Homa, Sung J.M. top 10. So that was nice as well. But yeah, At&t Pebble Beach, it's a Pro-Am, so you're gonna have 3 courses, which is makes things interesting. Tough to get the first round leaders, guys. I'll see if I can tweet something out later on in the week. But right as of now, with the 3 courses at Pebble Beach, beautiful course on the West Coast still, Spyglass, and then Monterey Peninsula. And all these courses, guys, they're not that long. Myself and Conor, I'd say we'd even take a whack at the 6,972 yards at Pebble Beach. That's not that far. It's a real short course, guys. I think it's the 3rd shortest I have here on the tour. So right away, distance is not a key factor. It's all going to be approach and putting on Poana. We're on Poana again, guys. So that's a key stat. We'll get into all of our stats like we usually do on this show. But defending champ, let's get into some defending champs. It was our guy, Tom Hoagie Sandwich. He went wire to wire last year, minus 19, defeated Jordan Spieth, who's in this event again. We'll get into all the golfers. It's a decent field, not the greatest, but it's okay. This week, there's another big tournament going on over in, I think it's Dubai this week. So, but this week at the PGA, it's still a decent field. What's going on, the real deal? The year before Hoagie won, guys, it was Burger Town. And let's just say Burger Town is not golfing anytime soon. I haven't seen him golfing in over a year now, but he won it in 2021. And then our guy, Nick Taylor, Canadian, he won it in 2020, defeating Streelman. And McNeely, guys, was runner-up in 2021. One thing about McNeely, guys, I want you to know, he grew up right on this course. What's going on, Conor? He grew up right on this course, guys. It was his family's got a lot of money. Very rich kid here, McNeely. He's actually dating, I still believe, Daniel Kang from the LPGA. So he's guy that if there's a course you want to bet him, it's this course. But we'll get into our picks here coming up. He's fared quite well here. But about the course, you're going to have the fewest drives, Conor, over 300 yards. The average driving distance at this course, guys, is 271, so quite short. Long shots have a chance. You've had Todd Potter Jr. win this event a couple years before. Nick Taylor did it like 300 to 1. So being such a short course, I was saying, Conor, like myself, I'm looking at the scorecard here, and there's only 4 holes over 400 yards on the par 4s. There's 6 par 4s under 400, and the par 5s, there are 3 of them under 530. So they're not that long. It's a very short course. 139
little greens,
small greens. That's
small greens though. You gotta stick these irons.
That's my game, baby, right there. Give me 150 in with anything from a 9-iron in, and I like my chances. But so that's exactly what it's going to be here, guys. It's going to be that 150 in. Anything from 150 in, you're really going to want to look at golfers because they're going to have a shot this week, in my opinion. Very small greens. That's the next thing I have on my list here, Conor. Actually, they're very small greens. That's the only way you can. If these were large greens and it's only 6,900, it'd be like you'd be shooting minus 40 for crying out loud. Like you'd be putting. It would just be ridiculous. So the smaller greens are really the defense at this course. Also, the wind being on the ocean. I don't actually have the weather there, Conor, but that's something key to bring up here, guys. Look into the weather there, guys. It's a key stat. Poana greens, though, they're 5th toughest on tour, Conor. As we saw last week, just you're telling me these Poana greens are not easy to read. And I'm looking at Max Homa, Mr. California. He did it again. Just very familiar, confident golf shots too on Sunday there. That one on 16, I think it was, over the drop off there, the canyon. He had a nice butter, like I think it was a 4-iron or 5-iron. Nice little fade shot, and made the birdie putt. So you really got to be comfortable on these Poana greens, guys. And also 15 feet in next to Torrey Pines. This is the toughest you're going to find from 15 feet in. So Again, you want strong golfers on point, and that's what cashed our ticket last week there, Connor. Anything you want to go over there before I get into some stats there, my guy?
Yeah, rip the stats. I was just gonna check the weather. I think it's gonna be pretty good here. Sorry,
Yeah,
just waiting to pull it up. I think it'll be in the 50s. Let me get it in just a second. Yeah, always tough, the greens there. That's why you always look at the same people. This is now different age than, it's like Phil played well there, Tiger played well there. But we'll circle the guys as we won last week with Homa. I think he will be good again. It's just, do you want to take him again? But yeah, I'm ready to roll. It looks like little rain Friday, little rain Sunday. I got it clear Thursday and Saturday, 55.
Oh, it's going to be soft.
Look into these days. Yeah, on Friday and Sunday, some rain.
Wow. Okay. So that tells me it's going to be playing really soft. So the approach shots, it's not going to be much of a putting contest, I think, as it was last week, just based on the softer conditions. It rained a lot the weeks before at Torrey Pines, guys. That's why the grass was just so long. Really tough if you're in the rough last week. This week, still similar. You don't want to be in the rough, but the fairways are wider. So I don't think many golfers, it's not like you're trying to bomb it. Everyone's going to be hitting to a similar range here. And then it's all going to be pretty much the 150. And like I keep saying, guys, so key stats, putting on Poana, past results at Pebble, current form I have here, birdie or better from the fairway, par 5, birdie or better. There's 4 par 5s, Connor, and they're under 500, or 3 of them are under 530. Like, I feel like I could get a birdie out of one of those, for crying out loud. You just hit one down the drive. You just hit your driver 280. Like, the average is 270 at this course. You know what I mean? That's like, I could hit one 270, for crying out loud. It's all really going to be just your control with the irons. And if the course is playing really soft, it's going to probably be lift clean in place too, which just means it's going to be a birdie fest. It should be so the birdie or better stats from the fairway, I think, are going to be a key thing that I'll get into here. And then greens and regulation from 150 in. I already went over the scorecard, guys. Par 3s. There's a par 3, 108 yards, the downhill, the famous one there, Connor.
Yeah.
At Pebble Beach.
Is it 6?
Number 7. Number 7.
Sorry.
Yeah. All right. Pretty damn close. Yeah. Number 5 is another par 3. It's 139. A very short one as well. Yep. And then you got 12, 213, 17, 185. But for the most part, very short course, guys. And Spyglass and the Peninsula are also 7,000 or less. So it's very similar for all these tracks. So let's get into some stats. Key stats for last week is going to be the putting. Putting at Torrey Pines last week. Number 1 was Ekrat. Not too familiar with him, probably butchering his name. Schmidt, Badley, Sabatini, Norlander guys, McNeely, Redmond, Walker, Higgs, and Austin Cook all putted well last week. And for the most part, I would expect many of them to do better this week. Past results at Pebble. This is another key one you want to look at. Spieth. That's why he's the favorite this week. Just looking at the board right now, guys. It's moved around a little bit. I'm seeing enhanced win on Spieth, plus 950. And Fitzpatrick's also plus 950. Shop around, obviously. But Spieth has great stats at this course. Troy Merritt, Hostler, Damon, Putnam, Knox, McNeely, Taylor, McCarthy, Mitchell, Power, and Fitzpatrick. Any of the out of the favorites, Connor, who would you be looking at between like Spieth, Fitzpatrick, and Hovland? If you had to choose.
I don't really think any of them. I'm not going to take any of them. No. No.
Either would I, but if you had to.
None of them. I don't want any. I don't want either of them. I don't want Hovland right now. I don't want maybe Fitzpatrick, I guess, but I'm not. Yeah, I guess I'd look to him. Spieth right now under 10-1. I'm not gonna take Jordan Spieth under 10-1. This guy is a head case. Great golfer. He's coming back around a little bit. I mean, come on. Yeah. I can't believe he's under 10-1. So no way.
No, I
Fitzpatrick if I had to.
Same here.
Gun to the head, free bet, Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, the number I couldn't take him. I actually had him circled, but I was hoping to get at least maybe 15 or higher on Fitzpatrick, but not at 10-1. I'm not going to take our guy Matthew Fitzpatrick. But moving on here, some par 4 scoring from what do I have here? Let's go par 4, birdie or better from the fairway. I think this is a key one, Connor. Number 1. Let's just pull it up right here. Make sure I got the right stats here. Yeah, Eric Van Rooyen. Eric Van Rooyen, number 1. He hasn't had many starts this year, but he's number 1 right now, birdie or better from the fairway. Number 2, Hovland, Hoagie, Neesmith, Spieth, Nick Taylor, Power, Higo, Sabatini, and Hosler all round out like the top 10 there, guys. And then par 5 birdie or better, which is a key one as well. Fitzpatrick, Hovland, Mitchell, Higo, Spieth, Rose, Todd, Walker, Hoffman, and Smalley. A name that came up there, Connor, Higo. Garrick Higo. He's been playing a little bit better. I'm going to bring him up here just real quick, but he plays better on these smaller tracks. I actually have some stats I wrote down on Higo here. You know me and the numbers. We got 13th birdie or better from par 5s on par 5s, Connor. That's damn good. 31st birdie or better from the fairway. 69th birdie or better from 125 in. And then greens and regulation from 125 to 150. He's ranked 81st. And looking at what he's done recently, he came off of a T11 at the American Express and then a 3rd place at the Sanderson. I think this course does fit him. He didn't make my 7-pack actually this week, guys, but I have him as a top 40. I'm going to get right into that right now. Top 40 on Garrick Higo, Connor, plus 150. What do you think of that? That's
where he's got to be. I mean, I don't think he's anywhere near going to win. You never know, especially in golf, but that's where exactly. I'd look at him at a top 40, top 30 maybe.
It's just going to come to if he makes more putts, then he can crack, I think, the top 20. Top 10 might be pushing it, but I think Higo, this course is going to suit him. The lefty, if there's one golfer on the tour I like to say I have a similar swing to as a lefty, it is Garrick Higo, a little left to right draw. He should just be hitting fairways left, right, and center. So there's one golfer there that's been he didn't make the card, guys. I'll get into some more golfers here, Connor. They didn't make the card, but I think I have a chance here. Norlander, he's plus 220, guys, for top 40. But Henrik Norlander, Connor, T26 and a T25 at this event. Now, his stats haven't been the greatest of late, but when I look back at his approach, where is it here? If I go to his approach from 150 in, he gains from 100 in, he gains 0.53, which is up there in the top, I'd say 50. And then even in the rough from 150 in, he's in the green, which is something I like to see. He likes putting on Poana as well, Connor. So I'm going to give Henrik Norlander a shot for top 40 at plus 220. I really like that number. One more for you is going to be Knox, a guy that's just really good approach. His approach is right up there, guys. Top in the PGA. It's just his putter, Connor. Another guy. I don't think he's going to be able to, maybe a top 20, but a top 40 is where I'm going to go here. Plus 125. He has a really good course history here, though. So.
Yeah, I like it with him. He can't putt. It's been a problem, and it hasn't gotten better as of late. So, but if you play prize picks, stuff like that, he's always great to hit those greens and regulations. So you need a guy like Knox that's where you want it.
It's a good thing. That's what you want really at this course. So you do want a good approach. And then if you just need to get a hot putter.
You got to get to the dance.
That's just
get on the dance floor. Then you got to drop them.
Yeah.
I know, small floor. But hey, you got to get dancing.
He's better on small dance floors than big dance floors. He doesn't do well on the big dance floors. His approach is damn good. So it's just, again, it's his putter. He's had 1, 2, 3, 4. He's had 4 top 40s this year, and he has a damn good course history here, guys. He's finished T33, T7, and T14. So I think Knox has a chance here. Do you want to get in after anything, Connor, before I get into the 7-pack, or what do you want me to do?
No, get after it.
Get after it. All right, guys, let's get after it. Showed everyone in the chat there. I saw Nasty Nate. What's going on, Nasty? Shabahuman. Gotcha. I'm butchering the name, but thank you so much. The Homa pick last week. Absolutely, my guy. Glad you hit that one. Felt good. A lot of people had Homa and just really felt like the play. Joanne, Lipsky, and Neesmith. Hey, Joanne just picked one of my players from the 7-pack, actually. We'll get into that.
All right.
Real deal. What's going on there? Nasty Nate. Alex Hills, it was great to cash that there. And Leonard says he cashed a nice top 10 on Rahm. Xander top 20. Yeah, the putting,
beautiful.
The putting for Xander is unreal.
Yeah, the guy is great. It rose to the top, and oh my God, I'm just so glad Homa played so well. And he obviously they both were 6 under on Sunday, but all my guys just fell. List, Brian Palmer, all that I thought could cash for me. Burmeister, they just all hit the shits. So I really needed Homa there. So it worked out good.
If you look at our outrights, I had M and Homa, and then you had, I believe, Morikawa and Homa.
Yeah.
So we had top 4 of the top 5 right there, guys, in our 6-pack. So definitely seeing the golf really well right now. Let's get after it. Enough about the stats here for you guys, since we got about another 12 minutes or so. We can go a little longer too if we need to, but let's do it. We're going to get into this week's 7-pack. I added one late one, and we'll save that for the end. But this week, Connor, I usually don't take a golfer to go back to back, but Tom
I think
Hoge,
you got him.
I think you got to take a shot. I do too, man. His approach is really, really good right now. Like if you want to, probably the best approach going on the tour right now is Tom Hoge. Let's just see what Tommy's done here. 1.2, 1.1, 2.4, 0. Like his approach is nasty. And if you're looking at his total shots gained in 2023, guys, I had the number here. Where was it? Plus 10.82. That's the highest. That's better than Fitzpatrick. That's better than I think every golfer other than Hovland it was. And you're getting 20 to 1. This is the hottest golfer I'm going to say in 2023 right now. He's going to win, and he's a defending champ here. I wouldn't be surprised if he runs it back, Connor. Looking at what he does well, a couple more stats. 74th birdie or better from par fives, but he's 12th from the fairway birdie or better. From 125 in, he's ranked 4th. And then looking at his approach from 150 in, let's just take a quick look at it here on Hoge. It's he's in the green all over the place, which I'm not surprised. So Tom Hoge, guys, 20 to 1. Shop around for that number. I think it's a good number on our defending champ. He was 60 to 1 when he won it, but I know it's a lot lower for good reason. He's had 3 top 10s, 5 top 20s this year, and he gained strokes putting on Poana at the Fortinet. So give me a shot with Tom Hoge, Connor.
I agree. I just think as long as he's over 20 to 1, you find the best you can. I'm sure you maybe could get something better if you shop around. I think it's worth it. You know what I mean? I know, some of these guys do go back to back, these places that they really like. It can happen. And I think you got to have something on him. And he's been playing pretty good golf. He's been, to start the year. So
absolutely. He doesn't drive the ball far, guys, but his accuracy is what he's got. A great accuracy off the tee. He's been accurate every single event this year. And then his approach, I keep talking about it. It's probably the best on the tour right now, or at least top 5. And then his putting, he's won at this event before. So I'm going to take Tom Hoge, guys. Don't be surprised if he wins this one this week. Number 2 is going to be Seamus Power.
Real quick. Okay, I love that. I just think you could take him top 10 too, back up Hoge. He's played well here. I think the year before that he was 12th. He's played well at this course. So absolutely. Even if he doesn't win, maybe back it up with the top 10 or 20. Thanks
for bringing that up, because I do have a top 10 on Hoge that I didn't bring up there. Plus 220. I bet on this just before the show. So thank you, Connor, for bringing that up. Power, though, guys, is going to be next on the card here. Seamus Power. Just looking at golfers that are playing the best right here, the hottest golfers, current form so far. Number 1's Hovland. Number 2 is Seamus Power, guys. He's had a T20, a T15, a 5th, a T3, and then a 1st place. He's coming off of playing overseas. That's the only thing that you could kind of go against him, is he played in the Abu Dhabi last week. So he's got a lot of travel he's going to have to deal with. But other than that, guys, he's playing really well right now. Just looking at his stats, where do I have our guy? Power. Power's at the TPC River Highlands, Connor. That's a course I have written down here. Very good track to compare, guys. It's up in Connecticut, I believe, but it's on POA, and it's really short. So that's exactly perfect course comparison, in my opinion. And Seamus Power gained 1.42 strokes putting there. And he finished, what did I have? He finished there, Seamus. He finished T25. So he does actually putt somewhat decent on Poana. He finished T9 as well, Connor, at this event last year. Now, he did play in the American Express the week before that. That's the only thing I really have against him here, is that the fact he's coming over from the Abu Dhabi, but he loves this track. He's a much better golfer, hotter golfer in the field next to Hovland. He's the 2nd hottest golfer. So give me Seamus Power here. I know I don't have as many stats I can bring up with him just because he hasn't played. I'm surprised I don't here. But yeah, last 5 starts, no worse than 25. And he was plus 1.19 putting, strokes gained putting at Pebble last year too, Connor. So I'm going to take a shot with Power, 25 to 1.
I like it. You know how much I like this guy. So I like the bet. I like this guy. I use him regularly, this Irishman. So, and I think he's knocking on the door here. I think he'll win a lot more. Well, obviously we have the Live Tour. I think he'll be in the mix, and you see, like he keeps playing all those last starts. No worse than what'd you say, 25th. So
Exactly.
I think it's a good look.
Here we go. Here's some
That's the
stats
value you want, real quick. That's the value you want,
Yes.
than taking a guy under 10-1. I mean, you're getting 20-1 over that shop around.
Now, since we're on that topic, I should bring on McNeely. I was close to pulling the trigger on McNeely, but you're getting 19-1, 22-1, and his approach. I know he loves this track. He's probably going to be top 20 on McNeely. He's probably really safe. It's probably plus 100 though. But his approach. I don't know if it's good enough. His putting is no problem. He was top 10 putting last week on the Poana. So just the value play. I'm taking Power over McNeely, but I wouldn't talk anyone off McNeely. If he wins, Connor, I've had him so many goddamn weeks just to start 2023. But I'm going to go with Power. And just some stats for you guys on Power. Par 5 birdie or better, he's 50th. Birdie or better from the fairway, he's 24th, which is really good. And then birdie or better from 125 in, he's 9th. And then greens in regulation, from the distance we like to see from about 150 in, he's 35th. So he's, Seamus Power I have him also, guys, top 10 at plus 280. So Seamus Power, he's just him in this field. He's a top 10 golfer for sure in this field. Top 5, I'd say too. So number 2 is Power. Number 3, I'm like talking my lungs off here. It's going to be Putnam, Connor. I've been going with Putnam a lot, and going right back to the old well with Andrew Putnam, guys. He's a T61, and our key stats here, I'll go real quick. T61, 119th, 100th, and then 30th. But he gained strokes 10 of 10 of his last 10 starts here, plus 9.79 strokes gained. Next to Tom Hoagie, Andrew Putnam, guys, is playing damn good golf. I know we were talking about him, I think, a couple shows before, Connor. He had a T36 at the Amex, but then a T4 at the Hawaii. If you're looking at what he's doing, shots gained, he's gaining just a lot of strokes left, right, and center, Connor. This guy's on the West Coast too, is where you want to bet him. This field's weak enough too, so 30-1. I think Andrew Putnam, this could be the week for him. Very low-key guy. I think you need someone that's kind of nonchalant here in the Pro-Am, because it's just, you're dealing with a lot of hacks. You got to just kind of realize that and not kind of lose your cool. And Andrew Putnam's cool, calm, collect out there. So I'm going to give him a shot here, Connor. 30-1, also plus 320 on a top 10 on Putnam. What do you think of our guy Andrew here?
Yeah, I think this is the week to go back to him. Stayed off him last week. Get over 30-1 if you can, because I think he's going to win. So
he's close. With
that flat stick, it's just, he's on my radar. I don't know if I pull the trigger on him, but he's there.
Yeah, absolutely. And then let's see if I can bring up quickly here some past course history, what he's done at this event. I'm pretty sure it's pretty damn good. Quickly here, Putnam. Yeah, he had a T6 last year, a T38 back in 2019. He's made the cut 4 of the last 5 times. 4 of 4. He didn't play in 2020. So I'm going to take Andrew Putnam here, Connor, at 30-1.
All right.
You guys can't hear anything in the background there. Someone's vacuuming. You can't hear that, eh?
No, I can't hear it.
Okay, good. Because even if you did, I'd have to get out there and start barking at him. Anyways, guys, let's keep her moving. Yeah, you live in an apartment, eh? Sometimes you never know who's going to be out there just vacuuming the hallway. So that's what they're doing. Keith Mitchell, addicted to pars there. This guy here, Keith Mitchell. I'm going to take a shot with him, Connor. He's 12th birdie or better from par 5, 65th birdie or better from the fairway, 88th from 125 in, and 42nd from the 150 mark. Just a golfer that can get really hot when he's on. Bring up Keith Mitchell really quickly here. Yeah, he's gained a lot of strokes this year. Let's just see here. Yeah, he had one bad event at the Worldwide Tech. But other than that, he's at a T9, a T22. Could be a little bit better, but I think in this Pro-Am, he's gonna. I'm thinking Keith Mitchell. He's not a strong play, I guess you could say, guys. I didn't have as many compared to my top 3, Connor, and everyone in the chat. Hoagie, Power, and Putnam. Those are my strong 3. Mitchell, he's 40-1. The odds did go against me too. I got him in at 35, but you can get him in at 40 right now, guys. So I'm going to tweet out the 40 for you. But yeah, just some more notes I have on Mitchell here. He had a T12 at Pebble in 2022, and then a T6 plus 1.47 strokes gained at the Travelers, which is a strong course comparison, I think, here, Connor. So sounds like an Alexa. Yeah, whatever that may be. But yeah,
That's
no, I think
hey, right. That's an old school vacuum. You're too young for that
yeah,
Gogster.
you know what? Let me
Electrolux.
just
Real deal, no.
search.
Oh
Okay.
shit.
All right. A classic there. We got what's going on, real deal. Yeah, from Kirby. That's awesome. But yeah, no, Keith Mitchell, guys, take a shot with him, 40-1. It's just a weaker field, stronger golfer too, and I believe he was in my top. No, he wasn't even in the top 8, unfortunately, in current golfers. But just playing really well at TPC Highlands, Connor. I think it's going to transfer over, and strong approach, great off the tee. Just needs to get that putter going.
Yeah. You know what? I don't think he's played that great the last few weeks. But I think this is where you want him. So these are the guys that I'm like him, Denny McCarthy. I'm looking at these guys right at this number that you're talking about, 40-1. And yeah, I don't know if I rip with him or not, but I don't mind it.
Yeah, and you know, if there was one, probably the weakest one on this could be, I guess, Keith Mitchell. But I'm still going to take a shot with Keith Mitchell, guys. Just think he's got a shot here. Just seeing how well he's been playing. He hasn't won too. Let's see here real quick.
He's gonna win on tour this year.
Yeah, he hasn't won, guys, since what, 2020, or even later than that. 2019 at the Honda was the last time he won. So I think he's probably going to win one pretty soon here. And I also got Keith Mitchell, Connor, at a top 20 plus 180. So there's Keith for you guys. Number 5 is going to be Nick Taylor. Real quick here on Nick Taylor. A lot of his stats, 19th from 125 in, and then on the fairways, he's 23rd. Birdie or better from the fairway. Just a short golfer, guys. Won this event actually back in 2020. So a golfer that's won at this event too. I really like to see that. What do you think of Hadwin? Before I keep going here, what do you think of Hadwin? Or not Hadwin, sorry, Nick Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor. Yeah, he won here 2 years ago. Good guys that played well on the West Coast. You know how I zero them in. You know, I'm going to go back to probably Lanto. These guys that just play well on this course play well at Pebble. So he was one that I'm looking at as well, especially for the number.
And the number I got on him, guys, is 75-1 to be the outright leader at this event. He's at a T7, T6 at the 4-net. Great course comparison. A T19. Playing good golf. And like Connor said, you want to take him on the West Coast. So he has a shot to win this one before. 75-1, guys. Little bomb for you. Plus 260, top 20. I think that has a shot, Connor. Along with probably have some matchup bets Wednesday night. I'm going to tweet out some matchup bets, guys. Eagle47_. So you guys can look forward to them. Just it's too early for the matchup bets, guys. Other than outrights, they're really slow to the table. So we want to get this out nice and early though for you guys, so you have something to go from. Everyone in the chat too, Myron Kid. This tournament has a weakened field because of the big names are at the Saudi. Well, that's just it. That's the other tournament going on right now. A lot of big names. Actually, Dustin Johnson, Connor. He's at this event. I believe Cameron Smith as well. So. Yeah, it's a strong field at the Saudi. Myron could actually just his thoughts on Nate Lashley. Nate Lashley.
There you go. That's one of the guys.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is one of the guys I have circled. You know, top 10. That's just one of the other guys where there's Troy Merritt too. Just guys like Lashley, Merritt, just that have been consistent on the West Coast, because consistently top 20s and 10s. You know, whether it's at Pebble, this whole swing. So yeah, Myron, he's on my radar. I don't know if he wins. You know, maybe throw a few bucks around 100-1. Same thing with Merritt, but I think the top 10 or 20 for some good value with those two.
Yeah, I'm gonna write him down for matchup bets for Wednesday night when I tweet those out. I think he might make some matchup bets for myself here. But yeah, let's keep her moving here. Nick Taylor's gonna be number 5 on the card. Van Rooyen, bit of a long shot here. He hasn't played at this event, but his stats here, Connor, it's been a smaller sample size, but it's checking all the boxes here. Where do I have him? Van Rooyen, he's first birdie or better from the fairway right now, guys. He's third birdie or better from 125 in and 6th from 150. So this range of golf, this approach shot, you're going to see Van Rooyen, in my opinion. He should be really close to the pin, real tight to the pin. So Van Rooyen, a bit of a long shot at 80-1, Connor, but just checks a lot of boxes at this course. Fit, I guess, for me at the long shots. This is my my favorite fit. I had to just throw on Van Rooyen here. I'll bring him up real quick, but he hasn't played a lot of golf, guys. But when he did play last week at the Amex, he was T6, and like he gained a lot of strokes, Connor, left, right, and center, and even dating back a little bit farther. Sony Open last year, he did well. T39 at the Genesis, which was on Poana as well. So yeah, I'm gonna take a shot with Van Rooyen when he's on. Back in 2021, won the Barracuda, came 7th at the Northern Trust, 5th at the BMW, 22nd at the Tour. So in this field, take a shot with some long bombs, guys. That's what we're doing. Van Rooyen 80-1. Also have Van Rooyen and Nick Taylor top 20 plus 260 and plus 300, guys. I'll tweet all these out to Eagle47_. Last one on the card, Connor. This is the one. Someone in the chat. Who was it here? It was Joanne was bringing up McNeely and Putnam. No, that wasn't it. It was where is here? Lipsky and Neesmith. Neesmith. I'm going with Neesmith as my last one on the card here, Connor. He was a late ad. But just looking at the course fit for Neesmith, he's T11 and a T16 at this event, guys. Really love that. What else do I have here? 51st, 13th, 195, and then 69th. But 13th birdie or better from the fairway, Connor. I think that's one of the most important stats this week because everyone should be in the fairway for the most part. You don't got to overdo it here. Just easy 3-woods even off the tee. It's just going to be hitting those small greens and being comfortable at Pebble. So Neesmith's done it before. I have him at a top 20, guys, plus 320. And then to win this event at 90-1. Just a golfer you're talking about, Connor, who plays well over in the West Coast, Matthew Neesmith. So and his approach, just looking at what his approach is, it's up there with the top, I'd say 15, 20. He's gained a lot of strokes on his approach, and he's got a T2, a T9, and another T9 this year. Coming up 3 missed cuts. This is the course I want him.
Yeah, this is where I'd look for him too. Not a guy that I bet probably a ton, throughout the year. But early on, he's had some good numbers here. Like you said, 2021, top 10. So I think he's a look. Don't know if he wins it, but I think he's a look.
Yeah. To win, it might be. It's a bit of a long shot here. I was between him and Knox, and I'm not taking Knox to win.
You mentioned real quick Van Rooyen. Yep. Just some of those guys, these South Africans, Fratelli, Van Rooyen. Or even Burmeister or the Belgian Dietrich. I think these guys are playing good golf. I had them last week. I think you had Dietrich, right? I had Burmeister. Yep. We're there, and he kind of folded on Sunday. Both guys just kind of on the weekend. But I think could be live. So we
could see another Sunday golfer with those. What was he wearing there, Ryder? Those little spandex pants or whatever.
Yes,
with the tight little. Unfortunately, Van Rooyen wears those too. Hopefully he can make. I'd rather see him than Ryder. That's just weird. I think it was bad juju. Should have just went with the typical, just Sunday. Sunday. I don't know, something a little less. Because I heard if you guys were watching that, the crowd, everyone in the crowd were just giving it to him. They're saying it was the pants.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the pants, you would have made it. Or just like easy on the eyes. Yeah. It was he's getting roasted pretty good. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this week. Connor and myself, we'll tweet out our action as we always do on Twitter. Be sure to follow Pub Sports Radio, guys, on Twitter. Also subscribe, hit the like button, all the good stuff there helps us out a lot. And if you're not already a member too, be sure to sign up for our membership, $4.99 there, guys, and all the promo codes that go with it. So. Myself and Conor Mac, guys, we'll be back next week. We got a special guest, too. Stay tuned. We got a special guest coming up next week for the Waste Management Open. That's going to be the party shoot. So maybe even crack a beer for that one, even though I got to work in a couple hours. Who cares? Let's have a good time, guys.
I've never cracked a beer at 10 in the morning.
Before work? Yeah, exactly, right. Joanne's asking for Smalley. Just before I go here, Smalley, I don't know what to do with Smalley. I'm going to have him in matchup bets for sure there, Joanne. But just did make the card. But Alex Smalley's been playing great golf of late. Giardo, everyone else on chat, Myron, Real Deal. Joanne, everyone, thank you so much. Salute to you. We'll be back next week, 1 p.m. Eastern, same time, baby. Cheers.